Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group D. We will present our presentation about the English as a foreign or international language classroom and teaching foreign language in an intercultural world. Okay, before we start, I would like to say thank you to Miss Neni who has given us the opportunity present today. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Rana Zefira as moderator and my partner Divarlina as speaker. Okay, I will explain the first material, the English as a foreign or international language classroom. The English as a foreign language classroom or EFL is typically associated with a physical location where students, under the guidance of a teacher, follow a program that is designed to help them learn the target language. Even though it is not widely spoken in the community. The status and global spread of English as an international language have a significant implication for the teaching of English as a foreign or international language in non-English speaking communities. The relationship between language and culture and intercultural development is complex and has implications for the foreign language classroom, particularly when teaching English as a foreign or international language. Okay, the next material, the emergence of national and transnational paradigms. The first, national paradigms. The national paradigms refers to foreign language teaching that is primarily aimed at presenting a standard norm of native language use based on a particular national language and culture. In this orientation, the instructor or optimally a native speaker on the standard language, teaching only the target language in a standard form. This view language implies that the world has monolingual language areas, each with its associated culture. And the second, transnational paradigms. And the second, transnational paradigms. A transnational perspective, on the other hand, proposes the teaching of English or other foreign language within a global social context. Researcher 2007. The teacher does not need to be a native speaker, but should have a high level of competence in the target language. Within this orientation, the language teaching material should be contextual, transnationally, or local or globally, and only nationally if this absolutely necessary.
Okay, thanks to moderator. I'm Nifarina. I will explain the next material about teacher thinking about culture and the EFL classroom. In general, many teachers still perceive teaching and learning culture and intercultural competence in terms of the transmission of teacher knowledge, rather than in terms of assisting learners to develop as intercultural speakers. This is significant because research on teacher beliefs has shown a reasonably direct relationship between teacher perception of teaching and learning and the ways in which teachers shape their teaching. Interestingly, however, this study brought to light a mismatch between teacher willingness to teach intercultural communication and the way in which they shape their teaching practice. EF teachers might not be clear in their own minds about what intercultural communication means and what their role should be. Many FL teachers appear to define intercultural communication primarily as familiarity with some aspect of a foreign culture. Further, they are unsure how to cultivate intercultural competence in FL learners. Conclude that it is imperative that FL teachers move well beyond the traditional view that it is sufficient to broaden the minds of learners by simply transmitting culture-specific information to them. Okay, the next material about teaching foreign language in an intercultural world. Teaching foreign language in an intercultural world requires a shift from a traditional grammar translation approach to a more intercultural and communicative approach. This approach emphasizes the importance of understanding the local and target culture, fostering intercultural competence, and encouraging critical thinking and reflection on cultural values and behavior. The term English as an international language is used to emphasize the international, global character of the language and to recognize the reality that the majority use of English is now outside the English-speaking West. In non-English speaking countries, a great many non-native speakers need to communicate with other non-native speakers in English, and many only occasionally interact with native speakers. Nowadays, the number of speakers of English as an additional language is actually far greater than the number of native speakers worldwide. Okay, the next material about key aspect teaching foreign language in an intercultural world. The first aspect of teaching a foreign language in an intercultural world is the role of the language teacher. The teacher should be seen as teacher of culture, not just language. This means that language teachers should facilitate interaction with the culture of the language they are learning, contents word by word. Okay, the next, an intercultural approach to language teaching emphasizes the importance of understanding the local culture and the target culture. This approach also involves critical thinking and awareness of the sociocultural realities that shape language use and learning. Okay, the last aspect, pedagogical practices that support intercultural competence include guest speakers, dialogues between local and other cultures, critical understanding and respect for other realities, and collaborative work and constructive dialogue. Okay, that's all from me.
Okay, that's all about our presentation. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.